Ladies and gentlemen, we are seated once again right here on Sammy Flex TV. That is the real talk. And today, we are surely going to talk real because unprovocatively, some people decided to use us for content free of charge. We don't know what we did to actually deserve that. They took a lane that came across like, oh, child, this one is giving beef culture. Maybe we didn't mean harm, but they meant harm. The words, the action, the energy, and all, including the cursing. They were cursing all in all that. Now, let's move on to other news stories. And when you go online, some conversation is also brewing. After the floods in Accra, many people have been complaining about some of the issues that they are going through. The fact that to some people, they've suffered the losses because of the flood and the rains and all. Among the many people who complained were Kwadwo Sheldon, who was online. He was actually in a video recorded by himself telling the world that, oh, he has also suffered the flood at his base in Pantan. There are some issues happening there with the flood as well. Video has been online. I know many people have seen it, including you and I. Of course, when you see such a video, you feel sorry for him. You feel like, oh, why should this happen to one of our own? I'm sure that was what Shattawale saw and felt like, oh, this is serious. Sorry, brother. Let me know if, and once again, underline the word if you need help. So sorry, Charlie. And Shatta quoted a Metro TV Ghana page because Metro TV Ghana had actually reported that heartbreaking scenes from the residents of Kwadwo Sheldon after the heavy downpour. Heartbreaking, even according to Metro TV's description. Heartbreaking. And Shatta saw and felt like, oh, this is serious. Sorry, brother. Let me know if you need some help. So sorry, Charlie. I don't know how Kwadwo Sheldon received this. I don't know what he saw, or I don't know how he read meanings into this. Come and see. At Shattawale. And personally, I'm shocked. Shatta never even saw this. It was in a conversation that I said, oh, but what is happening? You wished this gentleman well, but it looks like the responses have not been positive. What really is going down? Until he also changed that, oh, really? I never meant harm. I said, if, and that if you don't need it, it is, oh, no thanks, like we say. Like, no thank you, and life goes on. But to take that route, coming at him and your mother and your this and your that and your that, I'm asking what really might have gone wrong. Long Jon, I don't know if you have an idea what might have gone wrong. I have some things to say though, but after listening to you, I also say it.
Let me read a few tweets Kwadwo Sheldon made. Laugh my ass out by force help say, hey, you people think say we fool, moi. You were all laughing when I approached to him in the UK to sort things out, and he ignored me. Today make I accept help from him because he be Father Christmas. He put the mad for this app. I didn't help here by force. We no be kiddies for this for here, and nobody they feed anybody for here. Okay. I extended a hand, you ignored. You extended help. I say get the fuck out of here. Make everyone go bed, Sasem.
I see.
Now I want to say this. Kwadwo Sheldon is like a brother. I want to be very honest.
Yeah, I know because you guys have had a working relationship.
Yeah, we still do have a working relationship.
Oh, okay.
I believe, currently for someone to go through something like this, I believe his emotions are high. You understand? And I want to also believe the fact that he saw it with the wrong spectacle, judging from the tweet he's made.
Yeah. In fact, let me even add that there were other tweets. Chemo wrote that to me.
Yeah, there are other words tweets you wouldn't want to read.
No, even not that. Other tweets where someone said, oh, but this is someone who can help. But then someone also came to say he will help you, and later you would use that to brag.
You understand? So let me be very honest. I think Kwadwo Sheldon got the whole thing wrong.
Okay.
Sometimes You see, and that is what I love Shattawale for. This shows Shattawale doesn't make permanent enemies.
Never. No, not. He doesn't.
No. You see, I'm going to break a news to Kwadwo Sheldon. And probably he might be shocked. If he doesn't know, I'm going to tell him this today. Shattawale made a watch your content about you advising TGMA to try and get him back on the award scheme.
Yeah.
And that was what made him fall in love with you again. If you don't know, I'm telling you this. Now, let me tell you this. You see, there was a mishap between you guys. And then there was a breakup. There's one thing about Shattawale people do not know. When you come approaching him for forgiveness, don't think probably if maybe he's giving you attitude, it means he doesn't want to. There's a reason he's doing that. He wants to be sure if it's genuine. Now, that question can only be answered weeks after the apology.
Based on your own actions and inactions.
I'm coming there.
Yeah.
That question can only be answered months after your apology. So when you were doing all that in UK, he saw it as something for the cameras because he didn't understand why cameras were also there. That was one of the things that bothered him. If he really wanted to apologize, he didn't understand why cameramen were all. So were you trying to do something for cameras or something? Like he didn't understand the whole gesture. So if he indeed wanted to do that, fine. But then again, he still was at that moment. He was very moody. So he also wanted to get things right first. If probably Kwadwo Sheldon doesn't know, I'm telling you. What's the name? I say Fifi Pratt. Shattawale has been following you since that apology. If I say follow, he has been watching all your videos, especially the ones you talk about him. So when this conversation happened, I mean when this news broke, and especially in recent times when you did a video telling Chatterhouse to try and make peace with Shattawale so they can bring him on board, he realized you indeed meant everything you told him.
Yeah.
So if you didn't know, he now had genuine love for you back. The only way he could show that love back was out of this. Because he can't meet you to say it.
Yeah.
He can't do a Facebook Live to prove it. After all, Ghanaians will say, what's the name? What's the name? Say with the Akasa. So, this is the time you need help. He said, oh, then, if you even watch the taste of Shattawale's, or the tone in which Shattan made that you could realize he felt pain. He even called you a brother. You see? And what broke the camel's back, that made Shattawale, because thanks to my boss, I spoke with Shattawale. What has hurt him, or what has really spoiled this whole relationship now is, you have to revisit his mother's issue when he decided to talk to you. I mean, when he decided to seek help you. You see, this is where I have my issue. Someone decides to help you. You are not interested in the help. It's quite simple. Just tell the person point blank, please, I'm not interested. Or you can just ghost the person. There's no need for you to actually reply.
Especially when there was that condition of if.
You see, with a conditional clause.
Yes. If.
You see, when you go and start attacking private matters, trust me, when he decides to respond to you, take it as you can, because you don't know the relationship between himself and his mother. And I'll be one of the last people to even tell anybody to attack you, Sheldon, or any of your relatives.
Because
so
you don't know
yes,
what really is in there.
If you really had an issue with him, I believe what Kwadwo Sheldon should have done to end this whole rift was to make it clear on the night that I'm not interested, or you leave it blank, leave the conversation blank. But for you to go and delve into his mother's issue, telling him that he doesn't even take care of his mother and everything,
which is even not a fact.
You see, you see, I don't want to touch on this because those are people's private life. I've never sat on TV or radio to discuss people's private life. I discuss your works and what you put out there. I don't add anything to it. When you decide to involve people's private life, especially on a good road, then I beg, if there's an issue, I don't know how to defend. Because this thing he said, it has no relation, no correlation with his mom. Somebody's family issue, oh yes, send the one who could see him. You see, that's why I have my problem. The mom and whatever he's doing with the mom. I mean, how do you even have a conversation about it? There is someone who has over 6 kids. None of the kids have come out to complain about their dad's behavior. In fact, some of them go to his house. So if there's an issue with his mom, then you should know there's a problem. And that's not a problem for us to discuss.
Over 6 kids is too plenty.
6 kids is too plenty.
Yes.
That's like 4.
They are not over.
Like four kids. And none of them are complaining.
Yes.
Some of them even visit him on holidays and stuff in his house. So you see, if there should be issue with the mom, then it should be something different. And those kind of conversation, it takes people of higher authority to discuss.
Not on Twitter.
Not on Twitter. And not even you or me.
Well.
You see, when you decide to go this lane, and then he switches, he will become the bad one. Because he also decide to hit you where it will hurt you most.
Yeah. I know Shatta has been putting out some posts once again after Kwadwo Sheldon's remarks that way. I know Shatta too has been putting out some other too. But see, this is what I think, or this is what I see. We have all been here when Shatta has been complaining about Kwadwo Sheldon saying this about the shattawale brand destroying his business. Where he even said that, bro, if it is possible, can you stay away from my business? Even if it is possible, don't even mention my name again. That Shatta maintains. In fact, Shatta made sure that we go through every official means to make sure that particular thing maintains. If it is possible, don't even mention my name. Fast forward, right after TGME, you and your people, you sat in your studio, you mentioned his name. Well, he can still say, hey, I said, don't mention my name for anything. But he decided not to. Okay, you see, he didn't make any reaction, or he didn't do anything at that time after the TGMA thing. He decided not to because he felt, well, if maybe you have seen the need, let's reconcile and make peace. That's fine. Let it be. Let it be. Fast forward, you complain about the rains bringing floods to your home or your studio, however it is. Then he feels sorry for a brother and he says, oh, let's do this. And if you would need any assistance of any sort, I'm available. Now, because you think Shatta will come and help, so now, do you know how he makes me understand it? It is not as if he doesn't need the help. He needs the help, but because he thinks when he accepts Shattawale's help, one day Shatta will say this and that, reason he's not taking it. And therefore, all the things that we are seeing online.
You see?
I think it was
Let me show you something.
It was very
There was a last tweet I saw before we started the show. That was the tweet that made me know the intentions of Kwadwo Sheldon.
Okay.
He made a tweet that what is it? They pretend like I don't control this shit. It be the news. It be we, then they listen. It be we Sansu get the platform. By the way, Sosu, I'm coming for you. You remember that the Sosu issue?
Who is Sosu?
The Madina.
The
NADMO numbers.
Yeah.
So you see, somebody made a tweet showing all the media houses that picked Kwadwo Sheldon's story.
Okay.
And he's trying to use it as a point to show that it's a big name in Ghana media space. Undoubtedly.
Okay.
But once somebody does something like this, you should then know that it is not really about the problem. But he had a reason for doing that post.
I see.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It was to prove a point. But not to actually...
To win some points.
Thank you.
Politically.
But not thank you. But not to actually address the issue. And now the point has been made. This post was made 6 minutes ago, right after, as we are shooting. So it should tell you that this is the actual intention.
To escalate the issue.
To escalate the issue so people will know that
get it from
a government is doing bad. And of course, Kwadwo is an MPP guy.
Oh, of course.
You understand? So for him to do something, because in the 8 years governance of MPP, I don't know if you've seen something of this sort.
Oh, the flat can come in.
No, you've seen from him.
No, I haven't seen any.
That he's shown. So for him to do something like this,
it can come at any time. So
no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For him to even make this post, it shows he had an ulterior motive and not for the flat.
I get what you mean now. I get what
you understand?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
if indeed you cared about the flood, you would have looked at the bigger picture Shatta was talking about. Shatta can fund and maybe get his fans set to gather some money and watch the whole enclave you are in. So even if you don't need it, those on your lane to need it.
Well, on the other hand, I also see a smart Kwadwo Sheldon who is trying to tap into Shattawale's base again. On the other hand, that's what I also see. Of course, we have been here. We know Kwadwo Sheldon's story.
Right.
His story really got to its peak when he started that banter with Shatta some time ago.
Right.
When Shatta was doing back and forth with him. When Shatta would put out a post or Shatta would do a video and he also go and do. We saw how he peaked at that time. Obviously, such a person would always want such a thing because, of course, it is the numbers. The numbers bring the dollars as he's looking for. In fact, he's been on KSM show and said that, oh, he regrets at the time he was coming up how he used to step toes unnecessarily, and now he feels he didn't.
He said that on KSM show.
Oh yeah, he said that. It is out there. You can go check.
See, then,
and that he feels he didn't have to do that then. At the moment, he would want that opportunity again. So if he's there and Shatta comes to tweet this, I mean, na me fan sorry hard because Charlie, times are not the same. Let me come back again and do it. That is what I'm also seeing from the other side, and maybe he's not even angry. Maybe he's not.
Yeah, sure. There's one thing people don't know about.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he's not even angry.
People shouldn't take shit. Maybe be cool guy.
Maybe he's not even mad.
Yeah, he's not mad.
But he knows Charlie opportunity aba.
Yeah, this is social media.
Akwana of mommy numbers no aba. Mommy tapping in. Mommy family unko chicken. Now me honso nye kokona me fan fly. And that is fine. And I'm also
helping because now he's trending.
And I'm also happy that Shatta is also not angry. I'm also happy that Shatta is also not angry because I've been reading some of his tweets, the way he's making fun of the situation and saying all those things. Just to make sure that, okay, maybe you wanted this. Take it and let's go. But in all, we all don't know the future. Sometimes we know how we have to know how to thread. We have to thread cautiously. We all don't know. You see, today you are in trouble of a sort. According to your own video, someone offers to assist if you need it. You are saying you don't need, even adding insults to it. You'll be here one day. Nobody knows tomorrow. If real need comes and you come out to seek
even mention their names.
If real needs comes and you come back to mention it,
this one they never
someone also say go like and maybe I now also hear more crying and say oh yeah and then everybody will try to stay.